What is going on, everybody? So I decided sitting here, as you guys can see, I'm in an open house that I'm doing today. This is actually the second one. I did two open houses today. I did one this morning from 11 to 2, and then this is my last one that I'm doing from 3 o'clock to 6. So pretty much, I just wanted to make a video while I'm sitting here. I might as well do something productive while I'm waiting for people to come through. So I just want to talk about pretty much how my whole real estate experience so far has been going. For anybody that's, into this channel so far and is wondering, or anyone who's looking to get into real estate, I just wanted to, put a video out there, explaining, how I found the industry so far in the 3.5 weeks that I've been doing this. So pretty much, like I said, I've been doing this almost about a month now, and I've done 5 open houses so far. So out of those 5 open houses, I had the first 3 and nobody came to them. So I sat there for about 4 hours and nobody came. And that's something that you gotta come to terms with that. Like, there's gonna be days, there's gonna be times that you have an open house and nobody's gonna show up. You're gonna sit there all day. You're gonna sit there for 4 hours or however long you have the open house, scheduled for. And you're gonna sit there and nobody's gonna show up. But that's okay. Like, that happens. Like, that's life. Like, there's gonna be times where people aren't gonna come in. It's like a slow day at work. There's days where it's really busy and there's days that it's not busy and it's slow. So, you have to be okay with that. And you can't let that piss you off. You can't let it discourage you. You can't let it make you be like, oh, open houses are stupid. Like, I don't want to sit at another open house because I just did 3 and nobody came. Especially as a young agent. I'm 22 years old and I'm in that part of Florida where there's a lot of other real estate agents, and a lot of them are older. A lot of them are they're middle-aged adults or, older in their, the bulk of them are from like mid-30s to I'd say mid-50s. I might be wrong, but in my opinion, I think that's where most of them are at. So as a young real estate agent, which, I'm 22, you run into some things, that you can either look at it as a roadblock or you can look at it as, I'm going to do this because this is what I want and this is like my mission and I'm going to make it happen. And one of the things that I realized really quick is a lot of people out there want to give you like the negative like aspects of the business. Like, they want to say it's hard, like, and don't get me wrong, like, it is hard, but I wouldn't be doing this. Like, nothing good ever came easy. And that's the way I look at it. So it does get annoying, it does get frustrating when you constantly have like people telling you, oh, like, why don't you just like go to school and like get a regular job? Like, why are you doing real estate? Like, real estate's hard. Like, you have to be disciplined. You have to be this, that, and the next thing. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I understand this, but it's something that I'm willing to take on and I'm willing to embrace that and I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to get myself out there, to get myself known and to make it. And that's been my mindset this entire time. That's been my mindset since I started this entire channel, from the day that in my first video where I was sitting in my car, getting my fingerprints done. From that moment forward, that's been my mindset, is I'm going to do what I have to do. And there's going to be times that it's going to suck. There's going to be times that, you're going to be like, this is like dragging out, like nothing's going on. But you got to look at it in retrospect and you got to think, okay, I've been doing this for literally 3.5 weeks. Like, you can't go into something just expecting to make a bunch of money. You can't go into something just expecting for everything to go well and everything to go smooth. Like, a lot of agents, like, I watch a lot of other like real estate people on YouTube. Like, I subscribe to the Ryan Serhant for $1 Million Listing, for his channel, his vlog that he does, which is awesome. I was watching, oh my bad, I thought I heard someone's car door shut. Josh Altman, who's on the $1 Million Listing LA, I watch his vlog, and a lot of like some of their little episodes are about when they first started, and now like these guys are making huge money. They're doing very well, they're very successful. But like when they first started, I think one of the videos Josh Altman did, he went like the first 6 months to a year almost without anything, like with selling nothing. like nothing in real estate. Like he literally sold nothing. He went out, he door knocked, did open houses, and like nothing materialized. But he just kept at it. He stayed persistent. And now, you know, he just kept fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and he got to where he is now. Same kind of similar concept, you know, to Ryan Serhant from $1 Million Listing New York. And I just look at people like that because like they're where I want to be at some point in life. Like that's what I like, that's my end goal, is like to be at that level and like that status in this business. But you have to kind of look at it. You need to like, you can't expect to just go out in your first month and sell $1 million home. You can't expect to go out and, you know, be racking in money right off the bat just because you have a real estate license. You have to work for it. You have to brand yourself. And as a young real estate agent, that is probably the most important thing, is being able to brand yourself as, even though you're young, like even though I'm young, even though I don't have any like tangible actual experience yet, that I am willing to work harder than any other real estate agent in this area, you know, to get the job done, because that's my only choice. That's my only option, is like I have to work as hard and as diligent as I can to start building a reputation for myself. So then, you know, eventually a year from now, half a year from now, I can start, you know, I sold my house, or Liam helped me buy or helped me get a rental, and he did a really good job. He was really on top of his stuff and he worked really hard. So I think you should use them too. It's all about building that brand for yourself. And I think people lose sight of that, and they look so much at the end goal. They look at like, well, I want to be rich. I want to be like a millionaire. I want to be selling $1 million homes. I want to be selling, you know, developments. And it's like, you got to start out somewhere. You can't just go in and be like, I want to sell this, because you can't. You have no experience doing anything yet. Like, I haven't done a deal yet, so I can't go out there and just expect people to like trust me over somebody who's out there saying, I've been doing this for 20 to 30 years. But at the same time, you can't let that discourage you. You can't let it, you know, as a young real estate agent, or when you're young in any business, you can't get dampered down by the people that are above you, the people that have more experience, because they've been doing it for a while. And at one point, they were in the same shoes you were, but they kept going and they built themselves a brand. And you'll notice that when you look at successful real estate agents, or you look at someone who's successful in any aspect of what you're doing, you'll notice that, you know, they started out where you were, but they, over time, they built up, they never stopped pushing themselves, and then they got to the point where they're at. So that's how I look at it. But back to the whole open house thing that I started out at, the first 3 open houses I did, nobody came. So I sat there and I was like, I can either use this time to sit here and like complain that nobody's coming to my open house, or I can do cold calls. I can make a video for my YouTube channel. I can make a video on Facebook Live trying to get people to come to the open house. Like, there's all these things you can do while you're sitting at these open houses. Like, if nobody's coming, use that time when people aren't there to, you know, put yourself out there and be like, hey guys, like, go live on Facebook, go live on YouTube, Instagram. You know, guys, I'm at an open house. Here's the address. Come by. Like, if you're not busy, swing in and just, you know, stop by and say hi. That's it. Like, it doesn't even, just to have some kind of like dialogue with somebody. And believe it or not, like that dialogue, they might not be looking for a house. They might not be looking to sell a house or do anything real estate related, but they might know somebody who does want to do something, who is maybe moving to Florida, or they're selling their house here and moving somewhere else. And then just by creating that dialogue with that person, now, you know, you have a potential lead. You have something to now work at. So, you know, use that time. It's all about using your time in the most beneficial way that you can. And the first 3 open houses, I didn't have anyone come, so that's what I had to do. You know, I sat down, I made some walkthrough videos at the properties, I edited them, I put them on my YouTube channel, I took Facebook Live videos to put it out there, just kind of getting my face out there so people, you know who I am and they know what I do. And today, the 2 open houses I did today, I finally, you know, I've had decent traffic today. The weather's kind of chilly for Florida. It's like 50 degrees, but it's Sunday and people are out and about today. So I think I've had 6 people between the 2 open houses. So I had 5 people at the first one, or 4 or 5 people at the first one. And out of those people, the first people I met, they're not working with a realtor. They're looking to move here from St. Augustine, which is a town north. And hopefully, you know, I'm going to stay on top of that lead. I'm going to stay persistent with it and show that I'm willing to do whatever they need me to do to get whatever they need done. So I'm going to hopefully stay in touch with them and find them a house here and help them sell their house in St. Augustine, which would be awesome. But you got to stay on top of them. But, you know, if I were to just say, all right, I'm not doing an open house this week because my last 3 sucked, I never would have met those people. I never would have made that connection. So you need to just keep doing it. It's about being consistent even when things suck. Even when it's not going the way you wanted, the fact that, you know, just maintain the consistency and just keep plugging along, keep punching along and just do it. And before you know it, you know, the more you get out there. And then, you know, another example is the other people that came in, they said that they were already working with a real estate agent, which is perfectly fine. I was like, all right, you know, that's cool. I'm still going to show you this house. I'm still going to be very upfront and transparent with you and nice. And, you know, I'm still going to try to build rapport with you, because what if your real estate agent, you know, you get in an argument or you have a falling out and you're not working with that person anymore? You can now be like, oh, well, I have his card. The guy Liam from Palm Coast, who is very nice to me, I'm going to call him and see if he wants to help me find a house now. It's all about just getting it out there and trying to put yourself out in any way, shape, or form. And that's the thing that I think in the beginning is something I'm going to have to do. I have to stay consistent with it so I can get myself out there and start to build my brand and brand myself. But for anyone out there, it doesn't even matter if you're doing real estate or not. If you're just, you know, if you're working at a job and you want to move up in that job, like, just stay consistent and show up every single day. Like, show up when you can. Like right now, I'm still working my other job. I'm still working at Sprint, which I get 2 days off a week. So those 2 days that I have off, I'm doing real estate stuff. Like I'm showing up and I'm doing what I can do. You know, if I can do 3 open houses on a day that I have off, which is, you know, a long day, but that's what I have to do if I want to get to where I want to be. So you need to look at that. You need to stay consistent and just show up. Like, show up and put yourself out there and just make yourself, in a sense, as vulnerable as you possibly can. And that's the way, you know, I find you're going to meet people and you're going to build connections that might not materialize like this week or this month or next month. But after a while, you start building this bank of just people you know and you built rapport with, you made connections with. And then say a year from now, one of those people, they still have your card. They say, hey, I'm looking to move now. I wasn't looking to move last year, but I'm going to call him because he stays in touch with me and I remember him. He's a nice guy. And that's what that's what I believe. And from listening to these other people that have made it in this business, that's what I believe is, you know, one of the main keys is being consistent and just showing up. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to make, you know, this video kind of went on a little bit longer than I thought, but I wanted to get this, you know, out there and let everybody know how it's going. You know, I haven't sold anything yet, but I love it. It's awesome. And I'm having a great time and I'm really excited for what the future holds. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped someone, you know, in one way, shape, or form, whether they're getting into real estate or just at their regular job or in regular life. But I hope you guys liked the video. Like, subscribe, share. See you guys next time.